Okay, green butterflies, here we are on lesson 7.1, algebra, greater than. The essential question is, how can you compare two numbers to find which is greater? Use place value models to solve. Draw quick pictures to show your work. So, you may use either the normal place value models, or if it makes more sense to you, you can use Unifix cubes and just break them apart to make ones. Just so that it fits better, I'm going to use place value models for right now. It says, which number is greater, 65 or 56? So go ahead, pause the video if you need to, and go and get whichever it is that you choose to use. And then we'll model it. I'm getting mine right now. All right, so 65, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. There's 65. We can go ahead and draw that. Well, you know what? Let's wait. Let's wait on drawing it. Now let's build 56. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. Now, we can look at our ones, and it's pretty easy to tell that we have more ones here than we have here. But let's look at our tens. Let's line them up. In which number do we have more tens? The top number or the bottom number? That's right, we have more tens in the top number, and if we look at this extra 10 here, we can see that this 10 is made up of a whole bunch of ones smashed together. So we have one more one here. We have one more one down here than we have up here, but we have one more 10. And if we could break this into pieces and stick it over here, we'd have the same number of ones over here, tens over here. Sorry, wow, I can't talk straight today. But we'd have a whole bunch of ones over here because 110 is 10 ones. So it really doesn't matter how many ones we have. Whichever number has more tens is always going to be more, because a 10 is the same as 10 ones. Okay, let's go ahead and draw what we have there. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56. And which did we decide was greater? That's right. 65 is greater because it has more tens, and every 10 is made up of a whole set of 10 ones. Okay, let's take a look at the next page. To compare 25 and 17, first compare the tens. Two tens are more than one 10. So, doesn't even matter how many ones there are. 25 is greater than 17. And we can write it this way. 25 is greater than 17. And we can think of that little triangular thingy there like an alligator mouth. Here's his eye. We could draw teeth for him, but he just starts disappearing because I've got a marker instead of a fine tip pencil. Anyway, this alligator's mouth is wide open because it wants to swallow the bigger number. Let's look over here. If the tens and ones are the same, then compare the ones. So 17, 15. Well, they both have 110, so that really doesn't tell us much. So then we look at our ones. 7 ones, 5 ones. Well, we know that 7 is more than 5, so 17 is greater than 15. We can write it this way too. 17 is greater than 15. The alligator eats the 17. It says use your math board or whatever and place value models to show each number. Circle the greater number. 62, 65. So this time I'm going to use Unifix cubes. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65. Now, in this case, I have the same number of tens in both numbers. I've got 6 tens here and 6 tens here. But where do I have more ones? Obviously over here. So 65 is greater than 62, which helped me to decide. Did the tens help? No, because it was the same number in both. Well, it would have been if I picked them up all. Picked them all up anyway. So what helped? The ones did, because the ones was the place that had a different number in it. The ones helped, so 65 is greater. It was the ones place that helped me. 65 is greater than 62. 65, using symbols, is still greater than 62. Let's look at this. We have 84 and 48. Well, they both have 8s and 4s. Does that mean that the answer is the same? That it's worth the same amount? Let's see. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84 versus 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48. Well, all we have to do is look at it and go, oh my goodness. Look at that. Well, look at all these tens over here. We've got 8 whole tens over here and only 4 over here. So, which is greater? Clearly 84. Was it the tens or the ones that told us? It was the tens because, wow, my tens are falling apart. Because 8 tens is obviously more than these 4 measly little tens over here, especially since this one fell apart. So, 84 is greater. The tens told us. 84 is greater than 48. And again, let's pay attention to our alligator mouth. Put the 84 on the side where the alligator is going to eat it. And the 48 on the other side. 84 is greater than 48. Okay, if you need help, you can ask me as soon as I'm done teaching the other class. Otherwise, go ahead and get started.